Hey guys, so good morning. So we're out here at my house. I actually did have a fishing trip yesterday, but unfortunately, like the guys, they just wanted to go fishing. They didn't want to come out on YouTube or on videos, so I said that was fine. So we didn't actually record the trip yesterday, but we ended up we did okay. We started off. I think in the first 45 minutes we got three blues. We got a 4 pounder, and then we got a double, or we got an 11 pounder and then a 10 pounder back to back. And that's when the wind was blowing. The wind was probably blowing about 5 miles an hour, so we were drifting. But like right after that, the wind died and it was a dead calm. So we had to start trolling with the trolling motor. And then after that, we didn't get any bites whatsoever. But still, it was a pretty good day. Still got a lot of meat off of those three catfish. But what we did end up finding, we got another reel that we picked up while drifting. So this is it right here. We found one 2 weeks ago, but that one was in, really, really bad shape. The bail was broken, screws were already missing, so I didn't even want to bother trying to clean that one up. This one looks semi-salvageable. It's a grit stick. I honestly have never heard of this model before, or this brand, but it's a grit stick 3000. Looks like it's got a 3-to-1 bearing system. It's got a little silver notch right there. I don't know if you can see that. I have no idea what that's for, so I'll figure that out. But it has a lot of calcium buildup, and like I said, it's a grit stick. It's a 6'6" medium, and yeah, it's got a lot of calcium buildup on the rods. It's a two-piece rod, and we're gonna see if we can clean this sucker up. So it's not too bad. Look at the handle. The handle's all white. Maybe I can get that black again after I clean it. Still has the plastic, so I'm assuming when they bought it, it was probably still brand new when they lost it, because they didn't take that off. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and take this whole thing apart. I'm gonna probably spray the rod itself with maybe some CLR to get all the calcium buildup off of it. That's what I did on the other ones. I don't know if it's gonna restore the black on the handle. I guess I'll find out. But then the reel, I'm gonna take it apart. I'm gonna put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Let it probably clean for. I'll probably let that one sit in there for a good 45 minutes, just because it looks really, really bad. And then once that's done, go ahead and take it apart, and we'll see if we can get it to work. Now this one, the handle doesn't even. I can't even turn this guy. He is pretty much. He is locked in there. So I'm probably gonna have to, I don't know, I'm probably going to clean it in that ultrasonic cleaner first to see if I can even turn it, because I'm gonna have to be able to turn that handle to get it off. So we'll see. Stay tuned. We'll see how this video works out, and hopefully we'll have a new reel and rod that we can play with. All right, stay tuned. Oh, there's Kira. She's enjoying the sun. It was a nice day. I should have gone fishing today. I did have a fishing trip today, but they did cancel. Something came up and they just weren't able to go. So gonna stay home, work on this rod, and then we are going to cook some dinner later, some fajitas, some sausage, and my buddy Leo, you've seen him in my videos, he's gonna swing by later. So yeah, stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. Alright guys, so I already went through and I got the rod and reel apart, and I already went ahead and cleaned out the rod. I'll show you that here in a minute. It looks pretty good. Hopefully once it dries out it stays good. But this is what we're cleaning the reels in. So basically this is an ultrasonic cleaner. I got this one at Harbor Freight. It wasn't very expensive. I think it was like 39 bucks. But you could use it for like jewelry or rods, reels. I mean, pretty much whatever you want to use it for. It's like cleaning out machine parts or whatever you want. But what we're doing is we filled it with Simple Green, and that's what it's gonna go ahead and soak in. So right now this is a timer that's running on right now. You can actually set the timer for the amount of time that you want. So you got 90 seconds, 180, 280, 380, and 480. So I set it for the max timer. And the other thing I want to do is I want to turn on the heater so the water gets warm. And then all you do is you just turn it on and you start hearing that sound. So it's going to start going through and it'll start cleaning through vibrations all the parts on the inside. So like I said, I'll probably let this one sit because it was pretty bad. It may end up sitting for about like, probably going to do like at least 30 minutes. And then the rod, my rod fell down. Looks like the wind knocked it down. This one seems to be doing pretty good. It looks hopefully like this black is going to stay black after all. There are some nicks there. It's going to stay white. This part, that's about as good as I could get it. So that is going to end up being just stained white. You can see there's some teeth marks on this guy here. I actually had to use some vice grips to get that off because it was, I could not turn it with my hand at all. But it got cleaned up pretty good. I probably could have let it soak a little bit more in the CLR, but I mean I'm fine from how it was before. It's definitely a lot better. I mean it's not going to be a rod that I'm going to be using anyways, but the eyelets still look good. I don't see any cracks in any of them. You got that one. You got this one. There's no cracks, so shouldn't be tearing the lines. No cracks in that one. No cracks in that one. No cracks in that one, and finally no cracks in the tip. So the rod actually looks pretty good. You know, it's got a lot of action. So like I said, it's a grit stick. It's a 6'6" medium. It is a 2-piece, which I don't like 2 pieces, but you know, again, I'm not going to be keeping it. And this one's really weird. It's got some ridges in here, which I've never seen that, at least not on my reels. But you know, this is a different brand. But I mean, this one cleaned up, like I said, with the exception of this part, it actually cleaned up pretty well. Funny thing is, when I was able to unscrew this, there was actually some worms or some sort of insect. It was kind of living in between the cracks, so always between these slits where it spins. When I got it down, there was actually some like reddish type worms or insects, bugs kind of living in there. So that was pretty weird. Never seen those before. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now. Like I said, we'll check back once I get the reel cleaned up. Once I get it out of the cleaner, I'll kind of show you guys you know, the tools that I'm going to use, and I should be able to record taking everything apart and then putting everything back together. So as you saw before, I couldn't even turn the handle on the reel, so there's probably a lot of buildup on the inside of that reel. So once I get everything cleaned out, I'll probably just take the gears out. We'll see how bad it is, and then just wipe everything down, re-grease everything, and then we'll see what it looks like after that. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright guys, so here we go. We have got all the different parts we took off of this thing. So we're gonna have the spool. That thing's pretty clean. And we're gonna have pretty much the reel. It's not turning very well. It's just very, very tight. I mean, I can barely do anything there, so I'm gonna definitely have to take that apart. And we got the handles. They cleaned up pretty well. They're scuffed up a little bit, probably from when they were sitting down on the bottom for so long in the water. And the paint's kind of chipping off on that guy right there. And then this is going to be the little handle nut on the other side. I think I can switch this from a right-handed to a left-handed. We'll find out. But yeah, all we're going to do, we got to start taking all these screws off. And this guy has a bunch of little screws everywhere. So this one looks like it's going to have 1, 2, 3, but then on this one, it's probably going to have another screw on the inside. So this screw is different. I'm going to keep it separate. And obviously once I take it apart, it is dirty on the inside. So we'll get it cleaned up a little bit. So it has a bunch of algae. So you gotta keep these guys separate so I don't lose them. Yeah, so once I took that cover off, there is another screw right there on the side. That off, this other one, and I think that's going to do it for, that should be it for this cover plate, I think. They're all made a little different, but I think that should be it. No, so you know what, on this one I'm going to have to take this nut off. Let's see here. So I'm going to take this guy off, it looks like. Ooh, Nelly. Yeah. Look at all that. Yeah. Alright, I have to rinse this stuff out. Alright. So thankfully, since we ran it in that ultrasonic cleaner, all this stuff came off pretty much just with rinsing in the water. So all that's clean, all that junk got off. So yeah, definitely looks like there is one more screw here. Get this guy off, and then it should open up on the bottom. Let's see here. Yep. And same thing on here, guys. It is super, super dirty still. So I'm gonna rinse this off in the water real quick. Hopefully I don't lose any parts. All right, we're back, a lot cleaner. Just gotta try and dry this stuff up a bit, but it's definitely a lot cleaner than what it was. We just gotta see once we put it all together if it's gonna work. And dry some of this stuff off. Alright guys, this is some of the cleaners we're using. So some real oil, we're going to be using some Rod and Reel cleaner, and then going to be using a lot of grease, and then at the very end we're going to spray the outside of the reel with some WD-40. So what I want to do is dry off most of this as much as I can. I need a lot of oil on this thing. Well, that already spins better. And just put some extra oil. It's not going to hurt anything. At least I hope not. Alright. Some oil there. All right, we gotta grease this sucker up. All right, there we go. All right, guys, so pretty weird. So I thought I could switch it to a right-handed or left-handed reel, but I can't. Apparently when I switch the handle over to the left side, and when even though I connect the nut on the opposite side, once I start spinning, the nut actually spins off. So I guess this one's not interchangeable. If I do it on the correct side, the nut never, it doesn't even get loose. So I guess stuck with the right-handed reel. Oh well. The fuck? What they do? They take the whole placenta out? Who?
With the sack, and they haven't popped it yet.
But why do they take them out like that in the whole sack? Even when they do a C-section, they don't do that.
That's what he does. That's what he's doing.
Alright guys, well I guess we are done as much as we can be done. So I guess it cleaned up pretty well for being in the water for I don't know how long. But yeah, so I mean the black handle stayed black, it didn't end up turning back white. Like I said, I was able to get most of the calcium buildup off of it. So like I said, it's a grit stick. It's a 2-piece rod, which I'm not a fan of these. And it's a 6'6", and it came with a Grit Stick 3000 right-handed spinning reel. Like I said, I tried switching the knob to be on the other side to switch to left-handed, and it actually didn't work. Whenever I would spin on this side, the knob actually popped off every time I did it. Still don't know what that's for. I have no clue. If anybody knows, somebody tell me. I mean, I don't know, maybe hold the hook. I have no clue whatsoever. But at least it spins now. A lot better. Before I couldn't even get it to spin whatsoever at all. But it is spinning a lot better now. I said probably it's not something I'm ever going to use, but it was a good little practice to see if I can at least get it working again. Seems like it would work. But if nothing else, I have another reel for Bass Pro whenever they have their special back in March. They do a rod and reel exchange, and they give you some coupons for every reel and for every rod. So I got the other 3 I got from storage that someone threw in the trash. I cleaned those up. Now I got a 4th one here, and now I got a rod. So yeah, I said neat little video. Hopefully you like it. And yeah. I will see you guys next time. It's got auto reverse too. Alright, not bad. Alright guys, see y'all later. Alright guys, I did want to show one last thing before I end for the day. So my grandfather, he ended up passing last summer, and sorry, 2 summers ago. Yeah, last summer. And he had some old, reels that we grew up fishing with down in his house, and thankfully they were actually kept inside of his house. They weren't outside, so they didn't get a lot of sun damage. But these reels are fairly old. I remember fishing with a lot of these growing up, and they're probably about 40 years old, if not more than that. But there's some real nice reels. He had them in the house. He had them all still paired up with the rods. All the rods that he had in there, all the rod tips are good. There's no cracks, there's no breaks. And you know, now that I got into cleaning reels or trying to clean some reels, I decided to give these a try and I wanted to clean them up. You know, so we have our son Mateo. He should be joining us in January, and I figure these will be some good reels for him to practice with and remember his grandfather that you know isn't with us anymore. And like I said, they're all in real good conditions. So these will be real good. I mean, for him to go out, you know, if we want to catch, you know, little panfish or, you know, perch or maybe even some white bass, might be able to handle some small catfish. I don't know, they might be able to handle some reds. It'd be a good test to try in the summer, see if I can try and get some reds on these, but I don't want to put a lot of pressure on them because I want them to continue working, so we may just stick to some smaller fish. But yeah, but these are the ones we got. So this one's a Zebco, and unfortunately I can't tell what kind of Zebco it is. If anybody happens to know, if you can comment, but I do know it's a Zebco. You know, it is right-handed, and this one's actually paired on it's on a Bronco rod, and this one's it says graphite composite. It's a 5'6" light action. So this one works pretty good. Like I said, everything spins. Nothing wrong with that one. He had a couple other Zebcos. Actually, this is a Shakespeare. It's a Shakespeare Synergy 2000 Ti. I really like this one. I was able to get the gold cleaned up real nice. So that's really neat. And this one's on a Abu Garcia. It's a 4-star. This is also, looks like a 5'6" medium action. This one is a left-handed. And this one also works really good. I do actually like the color of this one. It's a real nice, you know, shiny silver, and like I said, I do like the gold handle. And this one also, nothing wrong with the rod tips, no cracks in the ceramics. They all look really good. So it should be another good reel. And we also have, this one is going to be a Zebco. So this looks like it's a Zebco 33. It says Rhino Tough, but Zebco 33. Same thing, this one still is also in a really good condition. You know, nothing wrong on the inside. It's got the reverse, or any reverse. And this one is paired up on, shoot, I don't even know what rod this is. There's no words, no writing, but if anyone knows what kind of rod this one was, you know, by all means let me know. But this one also is another one that's pretty nice. And again, this one works as well. Nothing wrong with it. So, can't wait to get some line on these guys and see how well they throw. And the last one he had downstairs in his house, this is a Abu Garcia, is an Ambassador Max. So, I guess low profile bait caster. This one will work pretty good. This one's actually on a Shakespeare Ugly Stick. And guys, I love ugly sticks. That's what all my reels are, and this one's in really good condition. Same thing, this is a 2-piece, and all the eyelets are fine on the ceramics, no cracks, no breaks. This one's really good. This one's a 5'6" also. And this one I really do want to try this one out. This one's in real good condition. So yeah, so hope you like the rods, and hope you like the video, and we'll get these lined up and we'll see how they work at the lake. So yeah, catch y'all later. Bye.